How's it going, guys? My name's Jonah and welcome to DIY, and today we're doing a bit of an unboxing actually at home because I actually just bought a Logitech Superlight Pro 2, long name, but I'm due for a mouse upgrade, and Zach actually did some deal hunting for me and he found a $50 Superlight Pro 2, and we're both really hesitant about buying this mouse because honestly $50 is literally a third of the cost of the actual mouse new, so there's got to be a catch somehow. So went ahead and bought it, and we're gonna see how everything turns out with unboxing it, so let's just get to that right now. It's shipped in this regular Amazon box. Let's take a look inside, and here it is. Honestly, packaged super nice. Obviously, it's coming in the original packaging, and he said he only used this for 2 months. So if it was used for a long time, like over a year, and he's selling this cheap, I'd probably understand. But this is pretty cheap for a relatively new mouse on the market, and it's also a third of the price MSRP. So I noticed on the listing that there was Zach said there was some yellowing to the like logo on the mouse, but I mean, as long as it works fine, hey, I'm cool with that. So yeah, he gave us Corepad Skates Pro 280s. I'm pretty sure they're just budget basic skates, so nothing crazy, not like that most high end, not the most low end. But yeah, it came with the original packaging, and here it is. It's even got like a little wrapper on the bottom. So I mean, for 50 bucks, this is already looking pretty good. I am comparing it to, kind of slide back a little bit. I am comparing it to my Razer Viper Ultimate, which is about, I want to say, probably like 2 years old now. I've had it for a long time. So now they're on the V3. And yeah, it's definitely due for an upgrade just because it's a bigger mouse. And I actually went to a Best Buy recently. I found this mouse here, on display, and I held it in my palm, and I was like, that feels really good. So this is it right here. Just gonna open it up. Let me see here. So it charges through USB-C. It does feel pretty light compared to the Razer Viper Ultimate that I'm replacing it with. I think it's around 60 grams. So I'll put it on screen if I'm completely off. But you got your two side buttons for, mouse buttons 4 and 5. And then, yeah, I mean, everything looks pretty good. I mean, there's nothing like too noticeable as far as like grease buildup or anything. I mean, I don't really see any imperfections at all. It looks pretty much brand new. Yeah, everything sounds right. Nothing's like, loose, too stiff, or something's off. I will say, I'm assuming there's some kind of like dongle that you have to use for Wi-Fi. Yep, and here it is right in here. This guy right here, G on it. And it even comes, I mean, he kept everything. Like, there is the charger for the mouse if you wanted to plug it in via USB-C wired connection. And I mean, it's even got like the little twist ties on it. Logitech brand. What else do we have? Oh wow, and they even have like so these come with like the factory grips too, and I have those as well. Not even used yet. I mean, it pretty much looks like a brand new mouse for a third of the price. That's kind of crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up on my setup, and I'm gonna give you guys my impressions of it, and I'll be doing some gaming later tonight too, and seeing if I notice a difference with this mouse. Yeah, I mean, overall, first impressions look amazing, so I'm really happy with this purchase already. And again, $50 was shipped, so I didn't pay any shipping money or anything, and no tax. So I must have saved around, at MSRP, probably like $120, somewhere like that. So super hyped off this purchase. Got everything plugged in, and just giving my first initial impressions of how I feel about the mouse. Definitely a little more lighter than the Razer Viper Ultimate, and I mean, I don't think anyone's ever going to be comparing it to this, but just in the case that, you wanted to compare and contrast between a Razer mouse and a Logitech, since I'm assuming the shape and size of the Razer Viper Ultimate isn't much different for the new ones. I do really like the hump design of the Logitech G Pro, just because I feel like there's more support back here, so it kind of hits my palm like right here in like the middle really nicely. And I really like that. Only thing I'm not the biggest fan of compared to the Razer mouse is the scroll wheel height is actually a little more in line with the mouse compared to the Logitech. You can kind of see that right there. I use the scroll wheel a lot actually for like my competitive games, because I actually scroll up from my primary weapon, scroll down from my secondary, and press the mouse button in for my knife. Very weird, but I just have it set up like that for like Valorant and stuff. And yeah, definitely a weird setup for me, but it'll take some getting used to get adjusted to this new height for this scroll wheel, but it does still feel really nice, and it's got a nice texture to the top of it. Everything feels really solid. No creaking, no weird feeling anything across the mouse. It feels nice and solid. And only other thing to note is that this doesn't have like a built-in DPI button. So if you want to adjust the DPI from what it sets off rip for you, you're gonna need to install the software, which I'm assuming you're probably gonna do anyways. But anyways, I'm excited to go ahead and do this, which is removing this crappy software from Razer, because it's such an annoying software. So yeah, very happy to remove that. But we'll be installing the Logitech software now, and I'll be letting you guys know how I like it compared to the Razer software. And just a little update for you all. This is Thea's first time sitting on top of the PC, and I think he's realized that it is a heater. So I'm gonna imagine him being here quite a lot now. All right guys, so I got the software installed now, and you can kind of see here I have everything up to date. I did have to do a firmware update whenever I first got into the software for my mouse. So I'm assuming as things go out, they just update the firmware for them. So super fast, honestly. It took me about maybe like a minute and a half to do it. So you have to plug it into the USB-C port, which I also want to say I love, instead of the like micro USB from the Razer Viper Ultimate. Overall, I think the software is not too bad. I'm not going to go too far into it because I'm just looking at the basics of it, but you have your DPI settings here, all kinds of cool presets and stuff that they recommend for you. So overall, pretty happy with the software. So between these two, you have the sensitivity DPI area, and then you have your assignments. Again, not gonna go too into depth with this, but you have drag actions, keys, commands, macros, and then your system settings. So overall, nice and simple software. You didn't have to make an account. They gave you the option to, but I skipped that. And I mean, overall, I think I'm ready to game. So 4,000 hertz polling rate for wireless, feeling great. So I'm gonna let this charge up, and I'm gonna game for a little bit, and then give you all my impressions later on, and maybe wrap this video up after that on this whole experience of buying a $50 mouse in the used market. All right guys, it's been a couple days since I filmed the last clip, and I've had a couple days and a couple gameplay sessions to use this actual mouse here, and overall I'm really impressed with it. Compared to transitioning from, you know, the new layout and everything, it's completely seamless. I went straight over to it and I had no problems adjusting. I do notice the weight difference a lot actually, and I'm actually a big fan of how this feels compared to the other one that I was using beforehand. It could be a little lighter, maybe like 10 grams lighter, but I mean, overall, it's still really nice. I love the feel of the actual hump of the mouse. So it's gonna be my daily driver for a long time unless something happens to this and it just prematurely fails. There's a good reason why this mouse is the king of, you know, gaming mice right now when it comes to popularity and how many people are buying these. And the fact that I got mine for 50 bucks is ridiculous. So hope you all enjoyed this video on my review and my experience of buying a $50 Logitech mouse. That should not be 50 bucks. If you like this video and you want to shop for a deal like this yourself, I'm gonna leave a link to the subreddit or whatever Zach found this mouse on this marketplace on, because there's tons of deals that keep popping up there. And with some deal hunting, it only took about 4 or 5 days of him looking around to see this deal pop up. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you're looking to upgrade your mouse, and maybe you want to pick up one of these yourself, and hope this video helped. Thanks again for watching to the end if you all did, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.